Curtis Scott back from a fractured ankle.
Stay behind.
The referee is Dave Munro, the sole referee this afternoon. International rules apply, and here we go. Here we go. 2 years ago, the Kiwis won by 2. And then last year, not much separated it, with Australia sneaking home. How does it play out today? With Eperet, the young Panther. He was to be joined by James Fisher-Harris, who has withdrawn from the game throughout the call. Andy Raymond will explain that a little further. Smith to the captain, Hingano, who links up with Nikori. Marata Nikori, he played in last year's Junior Kangaroos, Junior Kiwis test match. Short side Hingano. He had some pressure from Tyrone May, and Edwards, who, well, he's found it really hard to find a spot or a home, Dylan Edwards, a young Panther, but they moved him to fullback, and that definitely suits the young man.
He's absolutely loving his time at fullback there, as you spoke about there, Joel. He's played in the centres, in the halves. He's filled in. He's been a Mr. Fix-It in the back line for the Panthers, but loving his time at fullback, and what an opening set by both sides. Now the Kangaroos, they get a penalty here with a hand on the ball and a strip there. This will help them out, but a huge opening set there. Plenty of solid defence and some really strong running by the Kiwis.
That was Jaden Sewer who had the carry. Now, this is a very deep, if it's going to go out from Croker. It doesn't go out, gets the bounce, but cleaned up eventually by Toffee Lau for the young Kiwis, and he just tried to bite off more than he could chew there, Lachlan Croker.
Yeah, too much, way too much there. A huge error opening in that game. You want to start the game so strongly in such important matches like this. A big error there, the Kiwis let off the hook.
So Brandon Smith, the young cowboy, a hat-trick last week against the Seagulls. Short side they fired across, and Abby got involved. He links up with Remus Smith. His father, Tyron Smith, represented the senior Kiwi side. Quickly infield, Isaaco coming up with a bit of trickery, but not fallen from by the young Australians. Open side, Hingano. To the sky, he sends it. Here's the test for Edwards. Edwards well placed, captures it. Abbey led the charge, but he palmed away one. He's a handful, isn't he? Leads the Holden Cup for tackle bus. Hard to stop.
Yeah, certainly is. The tackle strong through the hips there as well, always beating the first line of defence. It's one of the keys to the New Zealand side here is that the options with their kicking game. You've got Hingano on the left-hand side with that left foot kick, and Isaaco on the right with that right foot kick as well. They've got plenty of options.
Here's another fellow who's almost impossible to stop, Tyrell Fuima Ono. He would know this ground well at Pertex Stadium, the young Eel. So the Kangaroos 5 metres into the territory of the Kiwis. Nikorima gets it across to Cleary, and Cleary was under a bit of pressure. Now in the fullback position there is Lelisiwo. And Lelisiwo spins back. And the Kiwis will start their set 11 metres out from their own goal line.
Yeah, real arm wrestle going on, as you would expect in the test matches. Like last night, a lot of people talking up it wasn't as free-flowing and as many points as what a lot of people would have liked. But typically, you think of test matches as being real, real arm wrestles, real tough defensive battles.
So Patrick Herbert, he comes into the starting lineup. So you'll see a little later now the number 3, Sasifa Talakai. Smith goes short side, Hingano lays a pass off now, and Nikori is met well by Fuima Ono. Hingano, another one for Edwards, and another successful take from Dylan Edwards.
Boys, you were talking about the emotion that these young men are forced to deal with going through the haka and also the anthem. There were tears from young Remus Smith during the New Zealand national anthem. Second generation footballer. You can't tell me that even being a junior Roo or junior Kiwi doesn't mean just the world to these young athletes.
Well, those tears, Andy, they're just pride, aren't they? Absolute pride. And I just wouldn't be surprised if his father Tyron was doing the same. The same as young Remus. 42 away here, the Kangaroos. Jaden Nikorima. They go to the sky now, and this time Abby's well placed. Now Edwards was streaming through, and Abby did remarkably well.
Yeah, both sides just continuing to go to the air at the back end of their sets, take away as much time as they can from their opposition fullbacks there. Great kick chase there through from Dylan Edwards. Plenty of pressure on Abby, but well taken.
There's a powerful run as well for the young Kiwis. Open side now, they skip away, and Herbert's the man who gets them within 12 of the halfway line. Smith back to the short side. There goes a stepping his son Masters. Smith, you've got to watch him. He takes off, just collared in the end. Desperate defence arrives through JJ Felici. He's a good player. He's a good player, this number 9 for the Kiwis.
Oh, he certainly is. He's having a great 2016 as well for the Cowboys up there. He scored a hat-trick of tries last week and over 90 metres as well. He ran with the football in hand. He's a real handful. That time, though, on play 5, that's a huge error. The Aussie side just starting in reasonable field position.
So Curtis Scott, he played last week for the Melbourne Storm Holden Cup side. His second game since injury. Quick play of the ball, Nicarima. Goes back to Cleary, steps away, but cut down and dived upon by Nakore. Nicarima, left-hand side, May. Found the shoulder of Eperet. So teammates there combine and goes to Cleary, puts the kick in field. Abbey gets the bounce and does well to stave off Croker.
You haven't seen really too much attacking play from either side at the moment. Both sides just happy to play safety first football. Nice kick back on the inside, but well positioned Abbey once again. But Croker, he was waiting for that kick. That little combination, so important to the junior Roos.
The captain goes for a march, the halfback, picks up about 15.
He held the ball.
Smith to a flat-footed runner for the Kiwis, and eventually trapped 10 metres short of the halfway line as Amone comes to his feet. Now they clear the kick towards Edwards, so they're keeping Edwards busy, but he's happy to see this one go into touch. And Andy, I'd like to ask you the question. There was some backburning in the Blue Mountains today in Sydney, and there has been plenty of smog and smoke around. How is it for the players down there at ground level?
No, it's in fact fine at the moment. I was out west a little earlier on this morning, and yeah, it was an issue out Penrith way, just at the foot of the mountains, but the back burning, no effect here. A nice little breeze coming in from the south, so it doesn't feel like we're in the smoking room at Singapore Airport.
Well, that's good to hear. That is good to hear. So, tell you what, they're just sort of sounding out one another at the moment, the Kangaroos and the young Kiwis.
Yeah, real armourers, as we've already spoken about. And sides, they have a limited preparation coming into the game and coming from all different clubs, and all of them playing in the NYC competition too. They're all scattered about, so no doubt the combinations will build throughout the game. And you know, really, it's been end-to-end stuff, and all the hard work has been done coming out of their own end. Another penalty though now. We just might see some attacking for you this set.
The penalty comes after a nice little scurry from dummy half by Tyrell Fuamaono. It's a little niche of his. He likes to get into dummy half, and they also tell me he's a wonderful kid. He often hangs around and makes sure that everything's cleaned up, whether it's strapping tape or whatever. Very respectful young man is Tyrell Fuamaono. So congratulations to the parents of young Tyrell to have him be such a respectful. Here he is, Tyrell. Named in the centres today. He can also fill a void in the back row if you need him to. Oh, Andy Raymond. Knees up, please, Andy.
Gone to retrieve the footy, has it? And that's fantastic.
This is grassroots rugby league here. Don't worry about that. Geez, I'd hate to see if they go down. Maybe Andy might just put the number 8 on.
Wait for it.
Not a bad pass. Not a bad pass at all. We might give him a couple of minutes. He might need a spell, Andy. He might be out of breath. So here come the Kangaroos looking for the first points of the match, and big JJ Felici, the young Tiger, pounds towards the try line, 15 away. Nicarima short side. Cohen Hess, the Cowboy, now 2 metres short. Is this the time for the first points of the game? Is he tempted there, Nicarima? No, right to left, spiralling past Cleary. Cleary links up with May. Tyrone May back to Nicarima. Nicarima darting and weaving, and we've seen him score tries in first grade in that very manner. Hess goes the dummy half. Cleary now to the captain, Pangai. Offload. He finds Felici. Now quick hands, Croker. The ball finds the deck, and Kelly stammers. Good defence by the front row from the Kiwis. Back it goes to Edwards, a try-scoring machine. He steadies up. Now he backs himself, does Dylan Edwards. Offload, I thought was coming for Pangai, but in the end, he loses possession.
Well, all of a sudden, it's been razzle-dazzle football there from the junior Roos. We've seen this huge arm wrestle with not too much ball movement at all, and then the offloading ability from all of the Australian players, the ball out wide, and he saw Pangai. He just couldn't get the football to him, Edwards. But what about the speed, and especially of Nicarima too? He takes off when he's got the ball in hand. It looks absolute dynamite, but this time the ball goes to ground. Great defence on their own try line, the Kiwis.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's only 10.5 minutes old, this game, and they are puffing big time, but I dare say not puffing as much as our man on the touchline, Andy Raymond. How's the heart rate, mate?
Yeah, it's gone up just a little bit. That's as far as I've run in some time. Boys, you would...
Hang on a minute, here comes Brandon Smith. And he gets the quick play of the ball. We fire to the left-hand side, so Andy gets a bit of an extra breather for the time being. Abbey,
The ball down, opening points to the Kangaroos.
So just determination, and he was proud as punch, wasn't he? He kicked that ball to the southern end of the Parramatta pool, and JJ Felici claims the first try of the afternoon, and the Kangaroos go out to a 4-0 lead. And the big question, I suppose, Andy, you got the last ball. Are you going to trot off to the Parramatta pool to collect that one?
I spent a bit of time at the Parramatta pool as a youngster. Good fun back in the day, but no, my running is over. Not just for today, but probably for the month of May.
It's renowned for the high tower diving board, isn't it? You've got to get that one right if you take that on. And you've got to get it right if you try to take this man on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Kelvin Wright would be really disappointed with the side's defence there on the try line. You could see that set before with so many offloads, and they scrambled so hard for each other, and they shut down all the play. And then this time, take nothing away from Felici's carry with the amount of determination he had, but they should have stopped that close to the line, in around the middle of the ruck, giving away cheaply those opening 4 points, soon to be 6, no doubt.
Apples don't fall far from the tree. Have a look at this bloke. Just a clone of his father, Ivan Cleary. And you ask any of the staff in the Australian camp, and they all nominate him. He's the player that will have the greatest career if you ask them.
That's a huge rap, isn't it? You don't want to put too much pressure and expectation on young guys' shoulders there, but he does look the goods, doesn't he? We see the shot of Felici there after that great try. Cleary, you're right, he's got that maturity beyond his years at the moment, the way he plays the game, but he speaks, and everybody's got huge raps on him. And he missed the grand final win there last year because he had to play, or he chose to play in the Australian schoolboy side and captain that as well. So this is a huge honour for him.
Speaking of lookalikes, there's no question he looks very much like his father, Nathan with Ivan. But last week I introduced Jimmy Smith to Isaiah Yo's father, Justin Yo. When I introduced him, he thought they were brothers. They are absolute lookalikes. And of course, Isaiah rewarded with a representative jumper. He'll play for country tomorrow against City.
Right side hold!
Right-hand side, they fire it away. And there is the captain, Tavita Pangai Jr. He has a quick play of the ball, and here's the man from dummy half we spoke about. And big Tyrell Fui Ma'ano is trapped on the halfway line. Nicarima cutout ball. Quickly finds Croker, who does the same with Sewer. There's the offload back to Jennings. It was went pretty well in the end by Lilisiwo. Short side.
Good.
Here's a little mid-ranger. Test for Abbey. Abbey's got the escort from Lilisiwo, but does well to take it. Can he stay into the field of play?
Certainly can, and Abbey, he done well then to get up in the air there. You can't tackle the player that's in the air, but a pass goes loose on the ground here. And they get onto the ball there at the back end and push them back into goal now. Well, a couple of errors there. They've given away a couple of cheap penalties, and now the loose pass, and the junior Roos, they come up to push them back in goal, and now another set of 6 on their own try line.
Watch this pass. When it hits the deck, it stays there a long, long time. It took a long time. He probably has to dive on it there. He has to dive on it there. And as a result, the keenness, the eagerness of these young junior Kangaroos, you can see the smile on Tyrell Fuima'ono. They have a chance at their second try. An awkward one back for Cleary. Cleary quickly heads infield, and Felici 25 away, 5 in from the touchline. Cohen Hess, sharp left foot step. Prodded eventually by Ngano. Nicarima now. Felici, he wants another one, JJ. JJ Felici gets close. They are stretched deep on the left-hand side. Nicarima, he finds Cleary. Cleary away to May. May goes short. And Pangai Jr. is so close. Well taken down by the Kiwis. Nicarima, he goes short of the open, but May was picked off. Brutal defence by the Kiwis. This time to the right-hand side. Kick comes from Cleary, but Hingano. Well, the captain, he stood up in a big way there, and he really needed to, because you can see the body language in the background. Hands on heads, hands on hips. I don't know, Alan Tongue, if they survive another back-to-back set.
No, that's right. That was a huge play there from the captain. He just saw that he's opposite half there. Cleary just getting it in behind. He scoops that up nicely and gets it away. And as you spoke about the body language of the young Kiwis here, they are really struggling. A good run by their Smith and a quick play the ball, get a few more metres. But this is a really important set and a big play from the captain.
Look, Remus Smith got on the back of that. They get a penalty on the back of his run. But once again, when they've been deep in trouble, a brilliant run. The timing was perfect from Brandon Smith, the dummy half.
Yeah, he's so strong out of dummy half there. Every time there's a marker down, he sees a half opportunity. His stocky little stature that he has, he's hard to bring down. As you spoke about, that quick play the ball. Smith gets in the dummy half, gets that penalty for the side. And didn't they need that? But they don't find touch with the kick as well. The kick as well. They're way off the mark on these penalties kicks as they force an error here, is it? No, it's a penalty.
It was stripped, and you often see that, don't you, when a team concedes a big opportunity, they try and get it back somehow, as they did then with Robert Jennings. But it would not go past the sole referee, Dave Munro, and his lieutenants on the touchline. So the Australian side through Jennings, links up with Sewer. Sewer within 12 metres now. You saw the pictures moments ago, they were tied. Can they repel the rate of the junior Kangaroos? Tavita Pangai Jr. steps and marches towards the try line, the captain.
Their right-hand side, Curtis Scott in the corner. The great lead-up work there. Edwards and also Cleary.
So Curtis Scott tasted a bit of first grade this year, the young man for the Melbourne Storm. He came through the Cronulla Sharks ranks alongside Jermaine Isacco, who's in the halves of the Kiwis. But the weight of possession, 62% the weight of the junior Kangaroos, 38% for the Kiwis. You sensed they were going to pay the price.
And the New Zealand side, they haven't had a tackle in their opposition 20 at the moment. They've had no opportunities with the ball in hand in good field position. It's all been Australia down this end of the field, so they've made them pay. They've got some points on the board, but no doubt their opportunities will come.
Nathan Cleary skewing to the left-hand side, waved away. Score remains. The Kangaroos 10, the Kiwis 0, Andy.
Yeah, just making an assumption here. I reckon Mr. and Mrs. Nicarima, as in Jaden and Cody's mum, could very well be trillionaires. They must have the biggest house in the South Pacific.
Yes.
Because last night, Cody, who's 2 years older, represented New Zealand. This is young Jaden representing Australia. So I'm figuring the house must be massive. Jaden was on the west side of the house, or the west wing.
Correct.
Qualifies for Australia. And Cody on the east wing qualifies for New Zealand. Or maybe just the eligibility rules need a little tinker.
I know where you're going. I like it. I like it where you're going. And I'd like to have that house too, Andy. So once again, at the back end of the field, this man here, Fuima'ono, gets involved. Tireless, isn't it, Tyrell? Tireless Tyrell. Croker to Jennings, and he looks like his brother, doesn't he, Robert?
Looks like his brother, just a little bit taller and a little bit wider, and that's actually where Australia think they're going to have the dominance later, where the Kiwis down in the middle, and after the hour mark through Ono on one side and Jennings on the other.
Yeah, lethal combination. Nikorima is the dummy half, the man who parks himself and sleeps at night on the western wing, and the Australians, who are just 36 away now. Nikorima, left to right pass, they chip it in behind Abbey, and Brad Abbey is met by a wall of green and gold.
Very good settings in that kick down there and the kick chase there. You can really see them shortening up their line, and a lot of the Kiwi players still not even behind the football now. And some more strong defence as we see Tom Amone off, being replaced at the moment on the bench there. So some changes coming through for a couple of tired bodies on the field.
Sifa Talakai is the man to come onto the field, originally named in the centres, but my suspicion is he may well play in the back row, and there he goes, Sifa. Strong tip, you'll find himself in a South Sydney jumper in first grade in the not-too-distant future. Hingano's been on the back foot. He fires it to Edwards, and Edwards just scans across the 30-metre line, straightens up now.
Joel, I don't know if you put a curse on asking me about the smoke earlier as we see a penalty to the Kangaroos, but there is something burning here in Parramatta at the southern end of Parramatta Stadium, and smoke absolutely has started pouring out of something. It appears it's only a couple of 100 metres at the furthest away from us.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. So, from the southern end of Pertex Stadium, as Andy mentioned, the smoke is moving in. Jennings away to Sewer, Jaden Sewer. Powerful run, but can't maintain possession.
Just lost control of that football there. You're right though, his carries from Jaden Sewer being strong, just trying to get up to play that ball, continue that momentum that he built. Pangai Junior as well off the field, and Junior Totola on, so the Aussie side making a few changes as well.
So that's Nikori being tended to at the moment. Murata Nikori doesn't look well, and the fact, sorry, there's tape on the leg suggests he came into this game with an injury that was already there.
He doesn't look confident at all, is he? When you can see wincing with the pain, when you can see the training staff checking that ankle, so some adjustments that'll need to be made.
Murata Nikori. So more tape goes on to the ankle region for Murata.
Well, this stoppage in play, I think, is really important for the Kiwis. They really needed this. They were on the back foot, and that error from Jaden Sewer there has really let them off the hook. You could see the body language in a couple of those shots before. They were out on their feet, on the ropes.
So here's the Papua New Guinea boys preparing for their big test against Fiji. They're all smiles at the moment. Looking for redemption. The Fijian side were too good for them last year. Have a go at this stat, Alan Tunn.
That's right, the possession that we can see in their own half. And it just shows how much work they've had to do coming off their own try line. And you can put that down to some ill discipline, but also the kicking game from the Australian side, whether it be Croker or in particular Cleary, really been hemming them down in their own end. That's really taken a lot of energy out of this side with the ball in hand. That's a strong carry.
Yeah, that's Ken Toffilau from the Newcastle Knights. Infield they go, and the replacement player in Isaiah Papalini, he's onto the field. Only 17 still. I'll talk more about him throughout the court. Farmhouse Hilly. Smith, a little short 1 metre pass to Essen Masters. Now Isako. Edwards again, field position is beautiful. Slings the pass back to Kelly. It's a dangerous pass when there's a player running backwards because it's hard to get that timing right. Short side goes Curtis Scott from the right wing to the left-hand side of the field. Edwards, Dylan Edwards.
Hands wide.
Gee, they hurt, don't they? So late in the set.
Out up. Out up.
We're getting quick momentum as well.
Out up. We've got big issues on your 10 metres and your general discipline.
Yeah.
It's a lot of penalties. You need to fix it up. I'm talking to the blokes on the 10. That's just not letting go.
Yeah.
Fix it up.
So Dave Munro, the voice you hear, he's in his 5th year of refereeing in the NRL. Debuted in 2011. And Hingano, the captain for the Kiwis, was complaining about momentum. And look at the penalty count. 6-1 in favour of the local side.
And it certainly is, and it's around that era that they continue to give them away when Australia are getting out of their own end, around that 30-40 metre line, and gifting them another opportunity, and always starting their sets in this last 5 to 6 minutes in good field position.
Jaden Sewer starting to cause some headaches. 5 away, the junior Kangaroos. Nicarima dummy, spins away, and Jaden Nicarima can't ground the ball. In the field of play, so it'll be a 10-metre scrum in favour of the Kiwis.
Field of play. Scrum.
Jaden Nicarima there in, you can just see trying to get the ball down. He just loses control there, but he looks so quick, doesn't he? Out of dummy half, sharp with that movement, no doubt. Alarm bells are ringing. It's something that Coach Justin Holbrook would have been encouraging him to do. Every little half opportunity, you play what you see, eyes up footy, have a crack at them in and around the middle, and especially with the big tired bodies, with the lack of possession at the moment, he's really coming into his own.
There was a big play. I fancy the fullback, Abby, may have helped with the dislodge of that ball. Here comes Talakai. And Sifa Talakai. Didn't they need that? And you just wonder whether the conversation a moment ago with Hingano with the referee, momentum and the run of penalties, does that play a part?
Yeah, I think so. I think you often sow that seed, don't you, with the referee? You go up there as a fine touch on this occasion. That's first step done, but getting into some good field position, they still haven't had a crack in the opposition's 20 metre. They still have not had one play in the Kangaroos 20-metre line here. That's just shown the dominance of the field position from the junior Roos. Will they get an opportunity down here? Because they have got plenty of strike right across the park.
There's Ken Toffilau, 36 away. So despite the possession, they're only 10 away as Talakai causes some real damage up the middle of the park. Nathaniel Roach onto the field. He's a dummy half now, left to right, pops it up now, and there's a tumbling run away.
And the Kiwis, they hit straight back.
Well, as we're calling the game here, you're sort of thinking that Australia, which they were, absolutely dominating the junior Kiwis. They find touch, they get some field position, and some excellent execution from both Hingano and the fullback Brad Abbey. Puts them on the board. They turn up in the rear view mirror again, and here they come.
Yep, great opportunity, and they've got to build confidence out of that as well. They've done all the hard work coming out of their own end. They finally get into some good field position, and their first set down there, well, they score points out wide. No doubt the confidence of this young side will build from that. Simple footy, get out of their own end. We get enough opportunities in good field position, they'll be confident with their strike ability across the park.
I went and watched the young junior Kiwis train during the week, and this is what I find interesting, is that at the time, Jermaine Isako was the designated kicker. Now, the three men, Abby, Hingano and Isako, went for a kicking contest, and based on what I'm seeing here, I can only assume that Abby won the kicking contest, and with that, the duties. From the touchline, Brad Abbey thuds it, and it strays away. No change in the scoreline. Australia 10, New Zealand 4, sideline Andy Raymond.
Yeah, and I'm sitting just next to the Kiwi bench, and some very famous Kiwis, former Kiwi players, like Nathan Kalis assisting with the squad. And as a runner, Nathan Kalis delivering the messages directly from the coach's box from Kelvin Wright. And it's all about just steadying and still just being sensible. When you're an underage footballer, and especially for these young Kiwi and Polynesian kids, you've got that natural flair. You want to flick pass, you want to keep the ball moving. At the moment, the coaches are trying to put the brakes on that natural flair.
Very hard to rein in, and it'll be challenged as well as they get a little tired in the match. Another man who I saw, if you speak of former players, Jerry CUC. Have you ever met Jerry? He's a wonderful man.
He's a lovely guy, yeah. What a huge man he is too, as they come up with an error here, I think. Australian ball here, but you're right. And isn't it great to have those players around the camp there? Jason Riles, assistant coach for Justin Holbrook as well. So that NRL and Australian or New Zealand experience coming to the side. These guys, what an opportunity for them to learn from the greats.
Oh, Connor Watson onto the field, and so too is Kurt Bernard, and he raced up on Alex Twal and wins the ball back just out of pure enthusiasm. Look at this. Well, this is how they lose it through Essendon Masters. Now, there's a hand in that by the young back rower, Junior Totola, but look at this. Racing in.
Yeah, I'm okay with that error from the Aussies there. I don't think it was a strip. I know the hand came around, but more onus needs to be on the ball carrier. But Kurt Bernard, you spoke about that. He shot out of line. I've been super impressed with this guy up there for the Gold Coast Titans. He's a really dominant front rower. Gets the ball in and can play some good minutes. He doesn't take a backward step.
So Murata Nickeri, you just saw moments ago being tended to by the trainer, and he's been in the wars. He was having an ankle problem moments ago, and there goes Big Bernard making his presence felt on the field. Quick play the ball. Nathaniel Roach goes through. Where's his support? He does have Talakai at the middle, but it was intercepted by the eye line of Edwards. Open side it goes now. Abbey, they seem to have the numbers. Hingano fires a pass across, but the defence from Jennings was brilliant on Papali'i. Last time up here, they benefited. Can they do it again? Isako to Papali'i. And Isaiah Papali'i 5 metres away. Nathaniel Roach, who got him here in the first place, to Essendon Masters. Essendon Masters gets so close. They've had no ball, and they're in a position to level.
Well, Dylan Edwards, he came up with the penalty there, but they were short. This left-hand side, the attacking opportunity there for the Kiwis. They've got to keep playing for you, and they do.
And big Kurt Bernard barrels towards the line. Desperately held out by Twal this here. They're looking at the grounding. And the Kiwis, can you believe this, if a green light follows, have a kick to level things up. Try. Can you believe it, Alan Tongue?
It's quite amazing, isn't it, the momentum swing in this game. For that first 20, 25 minutes, it was all the Australian junior Kangaroos there, and then all of a sudden the hit back, and Hingano there takes on the line, gets through it. There's huge wraps on him, and he shows just why. Takes the ball straight to the line, slices through them. Has still plenty of work to do, but gets it down. But I even want to give a rap to the interchange hooker, Nathaniel Roach, who came on. He started that play. He got him upfield there with momentum. It was a little half break. He's been fantastic since he's came on. And I really believe that try to Ken Tofilau before the pass out of dummy half out in front of Hingano, who scored the try just then, was perfect. He really set up the play. His break, all of a sudden a half opportunity. The momentum has swung. We could be locked up.
So they have spent 66% of the game in their own half, and now the captain trying to convert his own try. Ata Hingano. On the camera it looks easy. Can he do so? It's waved away. Now I've got a point here, and I don't know why coaches don't go down this path. My theory here, Alan Tongue, is that when a player comes up with a huge moment or a huge effort for a try, you've got to take the kick off them. Their heart rate is elevated. They're thinking about the big moment they just come up. If we had the Fox Sports Lab onto this, and it's a big question, but the success rate of people trying to convert their own try or after a big moment is very, very low. There was an example here last week where Clinton Gutherson ran 50 metres here at Pertec and then was giving the reins for the kick. It never looked like it.
Yeah, I agree too. You often see that too. The only person that I think might question that theory Joel Kane is probably the great Jonathan Thurston. He always comes up with a massive play, but you're exactly right. You think about that emotions and the heart rate as you spoke about, but he misses that. And why not give Abby another crack from that side just to realign his kicking opportunity there. He missed it first up, and they've come up with an error now. Big Kurt Bernard, he's been fantastic since he's come on the field, but a cheap little error, and under 4 minutes to go before half-time. This is a crucial little period of play here. And the Kiwis have got themselves right back into the game, and they don't want to leak any more points just before half-time.
The Penrith Panthers have always been forward thinkers. Now, years ago when Michael Gordon was there, they did a study on him, and his success rate within a certain heart range was about 97%. So there might be something to it.
Is that why Tungy didn't score many tries? He didn't want to embarrass himself because he wasn't a comfortable goal kicker?
Let's put it down to that. Done.
So all the hard work, they've got it back to a 2-point deficit here, the Kiwis. A dangerous 3 minutes coming up right here. Cohen Hess reels away from the tackle, 11 metres away. Connor Watson from dummy half. He's flirted out to the left-hand side, goes back to the right-hand side. And Toffee Lau is forced to come in from the wing. And Brad Abbey reminds him that he's made a crucial error here, Connor Watson.
Yeah, he looked dynamic out of dummy half there. You can see the big left-hand fend. He got away from 2 or 3, and then just at the death there, the little error has come up. Just juggles it and fumbles the ball free there. And you're right, they needed that. They were happy. They let him know, the Kiwis, they breathe a sigh of relief, and in particular that big man Kurt Bernard, who came up with that error. The momentum and everything's just gone all back towards the Kiwis, and all of a sudden that error, they would have hated to leak points just before half-time.
So he's played the whole first half as the back rower. Murata Nikori, 14 tackles, 5 hit-ups for the back rower. So they are just grafting away here, New Zealand. Toffee Lau plays it back. Roach fires it across to Remus Smith.
6-9, yeah. You short it, that's it.
Isacco. Lalisi Wall.
12, yeah. Hold.
Oh, good sturdy contact, wasn't it, from Jacob Host upon Nikori. Now Kurt Bernard. Oh, he's coughed it up again here. And they need to survive a minute 20 worth of rugby league.
Yeah, big Kurt Bernard. I'm giving him the commentator's curse. I gave him a huge rap, and he's come up with a couple of errors, but he'll bounce back from that. But you're right, some good contact there from Jacob Host. The big back rower, he can play up front as well there. Jacob Host from the Dragons. I've been really impressed with the bit of game time that I've seen from him as well. Dynamic ball player too, he's hard to handle. But this is a huge period now. 50 seconds to go before half-time. Lachlan Croker, Cleary no doubt want to combine, get into some good field position, try and score some points.
15, lock him up.
Curtis Scott, Watson, Croker, Sewer. He looks a handful, this fella, doesn't he? You just get the sense he's got first grade written all over him. The young Bronco. Watson short side, looking for Jennings. Oh, the ball coughed up again. So Watson having trouble with Australia keeping possession, and Bernard likewise for the Kiwis.
Let him up. Left side, 7-8. Go. 0.
Brad Abbey puts the big don't argue out, and trapped eventually by Cleary and Croker. And there it is, half-time. It was dominant in possession, but they look at the scoreboard, and it's a close one. The junior Kangaroos 10 lead the junior Kiwis 8. Justin Holbrook with Andy Raymond. Curtis Scott, a try scorer in the first half. Alan Tung, who has impressed you most in this first half, or in the first half, should I say?
Yeah, well, I think there's been a lot. I think Fuimano out wide has been fantastic. I think, you know, Cleary, especially early on, his control and his kicking game was fantastic. JJ Felici has been strong. And on the other side, we've spoken about Brendan Smith, but also Nathaniel Roach. And they've just got so much strike in them. And I think when you hear about the comments there from Holbrook, will be very similar in the Kiwis camp.
So here we go for the second half. And it is Australia who lead by 2, and Alex Twile is the man to have the first carry, and a determined tackle from Talakai and also Hingano. Fui Ma'ano, well, they've stepped it up again. Tell you what, isn't he a committed player, Kurt Bernard, the man from the Gold Coast. Totola and big junior Totola. And that smoke, which will go to Andy Raymond in a moment, but it seems to be, will have descended upon Pertex Stadium as they go wide through Host. Hingano had to make that tackle. Jacob Host eventually fell to the turf, a metre into the half of the Kiwis. Cleary cut out ball to Fuama'ono. This man's dangerous. The pass a little astray and picked up by the touch judge. We go to the sideline now, Andy Raymond.
Yeah, just spoken to Justin Holbrook, obviously. A little rattled the fact that they haven't been holding the ball from the Kiwi dressing room, and Kelvin Wright spoke to them about playing with honour, playing with pride, but still playing sensibly. He asked them to have a real good think about the last 15 minutes and what had changed. Had they changed their individual plan? Had they changed their individual effort? And he said, whatever it is that you come up with, I want you to replicate that in the next 40 minutes. And yep, smoke is here.
It has arrived. It has arrived. We haven't ascertained exactly whether it is from the backburning that was being done in the Blue Mountains or not, but...
No, it's certainly not, Joel. There's something separate down the southern end here, down near Parramatta River. In fact, we've got a chopper overhead having a peek at it as well.
Okay, if we find out that throughout the call, we will let you know. We go to the right-hand side, and it's Herbert, Patrick Herbert, powerful run. So slowly but surely, the Kiwis getting themselves back into the groove. Isako to Nakori. And Murata Nakori, 25 away. Hasn't the tune changed in this one? The ball's fired across from Roach to a sliding Hinano. The tackle is made. So the young half out of play here with Roach at dummy half. He just spins it across now to Isako, who we haven't seen a lot of so far, puts the kick through. And Edwards, who's been brilliant in this department, he does it again in regards to field position.
Yeah, his positional play has been fantastic. Every time the kickers come behind there from the Kiwis, he's always been in great field position. And you're right with Isako, we haven't seen much of him. He's got lightning quick speed. He can play out wide in the centres, but he's doing some great things. Kurt Bernard rocks it in with the shoulder there on Fui Ma'ano there, but you're right, we haven't seen too much of him there, no doubt, in the second half. We're going to get his hands on the football a little more.
Open side, they fire it. Cleary went for the kick, but Talakai lined him up, and he was forced to take the tackle. This is the last. Now with Croker, who has a bit more time. Talakai came for him as well, and Abbey is there on hand to take it on the full for the Kiwis.
Joel, there was a genuine feeling amongst the Australian side that the later the match got, the bigger their advantage. As we see a penalty to the Kiwis here, a much-needed one, especially when you take a look at the bench. Junior Totola, Jacob Host, Alex Twile and Connor Watson. They believe they had a superior bench that would assist them greatly in the back end of this game.
Well, when you say the back end, Andy, you're talking about players getting tired. Do you think that the smoke that is surrounding Pertex Stadium and coming through does play a part here in the second half?
No, I don't at this stage. It's a little high. Look, you can smell it, you can feel it, you can see it, but the only thing they're concentrating on at the moment is just bashing each other and getting over those individual battles.
Well, concentration's through the roof in that department, let me tell you. So there goes Nakori. The Kiwis have been playing chase-up the whole time, playing catch-up football. Can they take the lead? That's the question. Masters gathered by Host. And there to assist was Connor Watson. Inside the 20 now. Nathaniel Roach away to Hingano, out the back and a little crossfield pass. And they skip away, and beautiful work in the end by Herbert. Herbert getting dangerously close to the try line. Can they survive the last here, the junior Kangaroos? The pass a little high for Hingano. He kicks it across. Jumping up was Lelisiwo, but well taken by Brian Kelly.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. They had the option there to go high or trickle it in goal. They went the crossfield kick there. There's plenty of work there as they come up with another error. The junior Roos, if you just listen in.
knocks on over here, pick her up. No.
Well, Hingano at the time.
Then knock on New Zealand here.
So it's a one-on-one play there, but it was a knock-on to New Zealand. I think it'll be a Junior Roos feed here. Here we go, Kelly. One-on-one. Well, I think there might be two in the tackle there to start off.
Well, if that's the case, it's a penalty.
That's
It's a penalty to the Junior Kangaroos, not a scrum feed to the Junior Kangaroos. But either way you look at it, they get possession. He's making a habit of things, isn't he, Curtis Scott? Most scrums, he's taken himself from the wing to the infield to go for a dart. Croker to Jennings. He's had a few opportunities as well, but that left palm is in full vogue at the moment. 5 gone second half, no change to the halftime scoreline. There's a decent run from Sewer. Nice little offload as well. Watson fires the pass. Croker. Croker now links up with Cleary. Cleary, he gets a long pass to Cohen Hess. And Talakai, he's doing a good job out there. Watson scheming, ducks under one. And Talakai, the man we refer to, finishes off Watson. So from one end to the other we go, 15 away. Cleary.
Point in this second half.
These are the things that you just can't prepare yourself for at training, isn't it?
How often do you see it when the ball hits the ground or something unusual happens, a defensive line stops or a gap presents itself, and all of a sudden a half little opportunity, and this man, Brian Kelly from the Titans, he got his opportunity with John Olive actually coming out of the game. He picked up a nasty shoulder injury too, so he missed the game. Brian Kelly was named as 18th man, came into the starting lineup. He took that crucial catch down the other end of the field, got the 20-metre restart, and got the possession to restart again from that strip and the knock on, deemed by the referee, and then down the other end of the field. Scoops on the ball, loose on the ground, races away, scores 4 points.
A little bit of irony there, isn't it, that John Olive pulls out of the match and fellow clubman in Brian Kelly gets the opportunity and scores representing Australia. That's a nice kick as well from Nathan Cleary. But well done to Brian Kelly, who once upon a time was a young man growing up in Lismore, playing for the Ballina Seagulls, Lennox Head Dolphins, and today finds himself wearing the green and gold of Australia and scoring a try in that jumper.
Yeah, what a great story, isn't it? The junior football to this level now, and hoping, no doubt, to keep progressing on into the NRL side there, but he's been a real handful for the Gold Coast Titans. There's a short kickoff.
Clever play, but they can't grab it back, can they? The kick was for their front rower in Puasa Farmasili, but he just didn't get the bounce he was after. And I like this. I really do. I'm a big advocate of the... In fact, that's not the 8. It looks like an 8. That's as close to 6 you'll see as an 8. That was Isacco kicking for himself. And the jumper, the 6, it looks like an 8. And you can see that at the scrum now. That looks like an 8 from here. It's giving the Fox Sports Lab all sorts of headaches.
I'm still not sure about it, but the percentage plays, I agree with you about it. It's not a bad option as Scott goes wide there and sneaks a few metres down that right-hand side there. But the percentage play at this point in time, I'm not too sure about that. Nearly came off for the Kiwis. Big defensive set needed.
Offload there from Fuama Ono back to Twal. And Twal met by Papali'i. 17-year-old too at the moment still. Isaiah Papali'i. They slide across to Sewer. And Jaden is trapped 42 out. So it's the young Australians by 8. Croker to Tola.
14, hands away. Hold, right side. Go for.
Watson, Cleary. Now with Host, who targets Hingano, who's up to the challenge with Herbert. This is the last now, 22 away. The ball fired back. Cleary needs to scoop it up. Sends it back to Croker. Croker puts it up towards the smouldering smoke. Oh, he loses it back. That was the winger there, Lalisiwell.
Yes, mate. First one, New Zealand. Yep.
And this is a test here now for the young junior Kiwis.
Well, they had all the possession in the first half there, the Junior Roos, and it started like this in the second half there. Just goes up Lalisiwell and the ball. First knock on to the Kiwis, second one from Dylan Edwards there, but great attacking opportunity. 10 metres out from the line.
Let's go, Kiwis.
Need to convert all this possession early in this second half into points. They've done well so far.
Feet. Out.
Cleary. He just Edwards, but Hingano again, or he couldn't stick on. Thankfully for him, Herbert was there to save the situation. Host, an angling run towards Papali'i, and he's only a metre out.
Let him up. 1 foot hole.
Connor Watson scanning, fires it across the Croker, links up now with Edwards. Edwards stammers, and they do well. They do well, the Kiwis. Isacco making the tackle.
Go through.
Long pass to Croker. Croker gets it to a flat-footed Sewer. And Papali'i
Off the bench as well, coming in a dummy half there. He's been quick. He come up with a couple errors there early in the first half, but he's asking questions every time he gets out of dummy half. Got plenty of speed, great vision. This time shows his strength and durability and bounces out of that big Kurt Bernard tackle. Scores underneath the post. The Aussies race away to 20 points to 8 lead early in this second half.
This is where the goal kicking is going to create a problem for the Kiwis, because this conversion, which you have to assume that Nathan Cleary kicks, takes them out to a 22 8-point lead. But like the first half, they need to march on with a mission, because as we saw, they can rally in a hurry, the Kiwis.
They get their fair share of possession. They've shown us in that first half and the back 10 or 15 minutes there how much strike they've got and ball movement they can do, and how much it troubles the Australian defensive line. No doubt they just need to get back into this game. They went for the short kickoff. It didn't come off. I don't think they'll try it this time. I think they'll play the percentages, put it down the other end of the field, try and put the pressure on the opposition and force an error.
130 points in the Holden Cup, and he's about to grab a couple more in his international career. His young Nathan Cleary, a 14-point lead now. The junior Kangaroos in command. Andy Raymond over the Kiwis.
Yeah, they certainly are. In the introduction of Connor Watson, who's having a few issues at the moment, upstairs and downstairs it seems, was a great interchange with young Nikorima. Both very talented young roosters. They've got the ability to play a little wider than the traditional first receiver. They can also jump in at 9. I'm expecting young Lachlan Croker, who I think has been just a little quiet, to really take control of this football game in the next 26, 27 minutes. He might not score a bunch himself, but I tell you what, I reckon he'll be the last pass to a couple.
What we've seen so far, Alan Tongue, this Australian side, they're not going to beat themselves. So the Kiwis have got to come up with something here. They've got to start to push the envelope. There's 26 remaining. They're down by 14. It's now, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. And they just haven't had the possession. 63 to 37% only there at the moment. So they just need the football. That's basically it.
So Cleary keeps it in the middle of the park, and it's going to hold up nicely. You fancy it's going towards the try line. Forced to play at it is Toffee Lau. There was a good kick chase as well from Australia. Host was there with Tyrone May. Patrick Herbert. Abbey, who is the man to break it open if they are to make a resurgence?
Well, you just think Abbey's got to get his hands on the football. No doubt Hingano as well. He's been in everything, but also there, I think with Nathaniel Roach, we haven't seen too much. I mean, at the end of the day, we haven't been able to see too much from them attacking-wise because Australia have just dominated possession so much, but no doubt their spine has got a big role to play.
Field position still the major issue for the junior Kiwis. 63% of the game, almost 2/3 of the match has been spent in their half. Kelly. Nickery makes the tackle with Remus Smith. Jennings was pointing to the right-hand side. That was a foil, though, as he darts off to the left. Edwards loses it back to Croker. Edwards jumps into dummy half. He had a crack last time. He has another crack and picks up 10 metres before Nathaniel Roach picks him up. They're in the half now, the Kiwis. Watson darting away. Here comes Tavita Pangai Jr. And what about the tackle from Brad Abbey? And it lands in the hands now of the number 15, Papali'i.
Well, what about that from Brad Abbey? Is that the turning point in the game? Is that the little bit of momentum shift that the Kiwis just need? Tavita Pangai Jr. comes screaming through the line. Only got the fullback to beat, and a beautiful tackle around the bootlaces there brings big Pangai down on the bigger man, gives away plenty of weight, and the ball pops up. They jump on it. And now,
well, if there is a committee or a fan club for Tavita Pangai Jr., the junior Kangaroos captain, I've got to say I'm the El Presidente. I'm a big fan of Tavita Pangai Jr. I do believe that sky is the limit for the young Bronco, but there is a huge couple of moments in this game from the captains. The Australian captain in Tavita Pangai Jr. coughs up possession. The New Zealand captain, Ata Hingano, picks up his second try of the afternoon, an important one.
it certainly is, and that tackle from Brad Abbey too, that was an absolute beauty. He had plenty of work to do on the bigger man. And you're right, Tavita Pangai Jr. just didn't show the composure there, I suppose, just to hold on to the football.
I mentioned to you, Alan Tame, I went to the training session of the junior Kiwis. There were three men having a kicking contest. It was Abbey, Hingano and Isako. The first two have missed. The latter man, Isako, moves in. He will keep the duties for now, you have to think. They get their first goal.
I think so, but it's an important kick, as you've spoken about on a number of occasions. They've been off a little bit so far, and Cleary with the super boot that he does have. And it's important points that they do get on the back of that. Great work from their captain, a solo play, as we see the fans. What about that for a hairdo? I'd love to see the other one, Joe.
Oh dear, that's a great hairdo. Well done, young man. Or late. I shouldn't be. I think it's a young man.
I'll leave that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Or a young woman, one of the two. It's definitely one of the two. There goes the junior Kiwis, and it's Remus Smith. Being challenged by the hairdo. And the Kiwis.
16, let him up. Hold.
If it is a young woman, I do apologise. I'm only looking at the hair. Left-hand side, and it goes across to Papali'i.
7-8, move now. We're here.
And they're 5 metres now into the territory, so starting to scare things a little bit again, the Kiwis. And it goes to Colin Everett.
7-8. Hold.
Yes, and Masters. This is a big moment of the game here, Alan Tung. We're approaching the final quarter of the match. He has a bow peep to the left-hand side, Nathaniel Roach. Hingano this time was found attention. And Edwards recovers it for the junior Kangaroos.
That's still a really good set after points. They're hemming the Australian side down into their own end. Got plenty of work to do. A great run there again from Fui Maanu, who's doing some great work coming out of that back end there. He's been good in good field position, but out of the own end, geez, he's taken some great carries.
And just on Terrell, obviously a player down here at Parramatta in the Holden Cup at the moment, a very bright future. He loves himself as a centre. But the Parramatta coaching staff headed by Brad Arthur and also Luke Burt, the 20, see him very much as a back rower and have said to him, if you've got a future here at this club, it's not going to be in jersey 3 or 4. Quite happy, though, as he gets older to move into that back row position. Essentially, the way the game's played at the moment, it's just shuffling in one position.
Players like him, and Isaiah Yeo is a good example of that. If you can very comfortably play both centre and back row, you're basically, and as he gets older, you just get picked in the sides, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. It's great. It's great to be able to have that versatility there, to be able to play in a couple of positions. And in the modern game, we do see it, don't you? That the centres can quite easily play in the back row's in the centres. But really good set here. It was a great kick and kick chase there from the junior Roos, but they've got themselves out of their own end. An important kick here from Hingano.
Smith back onto the field. Hingano just weaving his magic back to Smith, who dived upon. Oh, he got the pass to Nathaniel Roach, who went wayward, and Croker cleans it up. And here is some more insult into injury for coach Kelvin Wright of the New Zealand side. But in that passage of play, we pick up that Brandon Smith, who was a starting dummy half, was trying to get the pass away to Nathaniel Roach. So Nathaniel Roach, no doubt, playing now in the back row, perhaps.
Yeah, Kelvin Wright's made that decision. A bit of up-tempo style of football. 2 hookers there. Nathaniel Roach can fit in at lock forward as well. Just trying to up the speed there a little bit in around some tired bodies in the Australian side. But the pass on play 5, they chanced their arm and elected to run. It didn't come off on that occasion. A near opportunity.
Powerful 12-metre gain from Pangai. They just can't shake the Kiwis off at this stage of the game. Stepping away, Sewer. Croker out the back. May, it went to Cleary. Cleary to Host. And Jacob Host 15 away. Fuama Ono is there. Cleary now. Infield to Twal. And Alex Twal.
And to keep that football off the ground there, not to promote it for a double movement play. Really smart football. Great individual piece of play by that young man, Nathan Cleary.
And once again, it comes off the back of, it was an error by the junior Kiwis. That was compounded by a penalty against them. And once again, they take a 12-point lead, possibly and probably about to be a 14-point lead.
Well, I might test your theory here again as the try scorer in play. How his heart rate's going, we'll see. He does strike the ball well, though, doesn't he? And you think with this close range and the success he's had so far, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. But
can we test this theory out on a harder kick, Alan Tone?
I don't think you'll have too many problems. You're right, this close to the line.
So Nathan Cleary, so far this afternoon, he's got the 10 points with a try and 3 from 4. And the heart rate's not a problem. 4 from 5, Cleary to 12 points, and a 14-point lead is back the way of the junior Kangaroos, Andy.
Yeah, young Nathan Cleary, the leader of the next generation at Penrith. Not only Nathan, but Tyrone May, Dylan Edwards, Cohen Epray here today. Add that to the list of guys like Matt Moylan, Tamari Martin, Dallin Watini-Selesniak and Bryce Cartwright, who have already made the transition from the age football up into first grade. The volume of talent at Penrith in the lower grades is head and shoulders above every other club in 2016, and it is going to be a very interesting next couple of years. Penrith at the top level could very well dominate if this crop come through.
Yeah, and they're used to winning too. They've been winning premierships. They are the most represented here with 5 players amongst both teams. They would have had 6 with Fisher Harris, but of course he was ruled out. So you're quite right. They are getting it done. And once again, back into the field, this man here puts his hand up. Fuama Ono.
Yeah,
Tyrone May.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Tyrone May on it as well. I think he's been quite quiet. I mean, the halves have really stood up and probably dominated that ball-playing ability, but he's probably had one of his quieter games. He's done absolutely nothing wrong, but usually in the Panthers side, he does so much. But you're right with Fuama Ono there. He's just been so busy.
Here's some clever work. They go short side. Kelly looking for a second. Puts the chase over, but out of nowhere they arrive. And that was Lesiwell. And if there's any chance, that play will certainly help. Despite that, they'll need to chase hard. And Kelly did well actually get the foot on the ball there. And Greg Lesiwell just keeps that pulse beating for the Kiwis.
Yeah, great play, wasn't it, by Kelly? Somehow getting the football onto the foot there, but just that second effort, and they certainly needed that. The New Zealand side coming out of their own end, doing it really tough. This is a really important set here. We're into the back 15 minutes of the game there. All of a sudden, you're watching the clock and the scoreboard's beating you as well. We'll start throwing the football around.
7-8 up and square. Hold Australia, hold.
So Smith ducking away. Oh, he gets through again to Smith. And Brandon Smith, They'll have him on the back foot here. Does Roach try to do the same thing? He just quickly gets it across to Hingano. He's been the go-to man. Abbey, he just links up now, and the Kiwis trying to come up with something here. Patrick Herbert's the man to play the ball. Talakai. Pangai makes the tackle. Inside the 20, they must score here. Hingano glides across to the right-hand side. Set piece from Isacco. Now it comes to Hingano. And Hingano, Isacco, that was masterful.
I have a try. Can you just clear an obstruction from the offload here, please?
Wow. What a beautiful piece of rugby league by the young Kiwis. The ball movement, the flair, the offloading ability from them. This was something really special. Hingano out the back. Isacco back on the inside to Abbey. We're looking at the obstruction there, whether Tavita Pangai Jr. may have been held up. I think that's okay. He came in to make the tackle. Back on the inside to Hingano. I think that's all okay. I can't see any real problems with that. And the support play back up through the middle. Just back on the inside there. I can't see any real problems with it, Joel Kane.
Is there a little touch?
Just
it's a little
here,
touch.
maybe. Whether he's kept out of the play, Connor Watson. Is that what we're getting? They're worried about there.
Yeah, that's the big call here. So it's Essen Masters who is in front currently of Abbey. Watson comes from the infield. And he's trying to make the tackle now on Hingano. Unfortunately, my gut feel is here, no try.
Yeah, I think so too when you look at that replay there.
I'm thinking no try, Alan Tongue, but the man who gives the pass, he's already scored to himself. Hingano set one up. He's denied on this occasion with another try assist. Do we see a little glimpse of Anthony Milford in Ata Hingano?
Yeah, you're right, isn't it? The way he plays, he's
in front of the ball. He denies the defender a chance of making the tackle. That's what's
he going to make it?
He denies him a chance of making the tackle. It's going to be a penalty. It's over here. Come on, boys.
Yeah, the way he plays his football, I agree. There's a little bit of Anthony Milford and that unpredictability about it. But you're right there, and the referees have got that right. And also Ata Hingano questioning, do you think he's really going to make the play? He's got you can understand his argument as well, but he does certainly deny him a really clean shot at making a try-saving play there, I suppose, to shut the ball down.
I did love the confidence there from Ata Hingano. Do you think he's going to make it? Here goes Jennings. Jennings jumps upfield. But as if to say was, do you really think he's going to get me? So here come the Kangaroos looking for more points. And, well, JJ Felici will be disappointed with that one.
Boys, Dylan Edwards, as you can see there, coming from the field under the head knock rule. A little disorientated, but talking to the medical staff, okay, going up into the dressing shed. So as a result, there's a forced change. Just trying to establish, I think you will find Jaden Nikarima, who started the game as hooker, is going to go to fullback.
Okay, fair enough. And here comes another one.
This is JJ.
JJ Felici. So he will come off the field here, but being international rules, we have 12 minutes to go. This would be their 8th interchange, the junior Kangaroos, with Cohen Hess about to come back onto the field. But under international rules, they get 10 interchanges, so an extra 2. So they've still got 2 up their sleeve here. It'd be easy to think that they've just had their last. And there's a young Kiwi fan having a bit of a bow peep down the lens.
He's my man, this big boy from North Queensland, Cohen Hess.
He's a good player, isn't he? So there goes Tofilau. He runs into Andy's man Hess. Talakai barrels towards Pangai Jr. and Cleary. Smith, Epret. Brandon Smith Now Roach. 38 to go. Now they get within the 30 through Brandon Smith. Can they just put a scare in the Kangaroo camp? Roach right to left. Hingano deep to Abbey. Nice hands, but it hits the deck first to Herbert. Puts a little kick through, and it sits up to Nicarima. Well, if he keeps doing this, he might find a permanent position at fullback.
Wow, he's lightning, isn't he, when he gets his hands on the football, the fast feet as well. It was a great little play back on the inside there. The kick through. The pass just hit the deck there, but couldn't get a hold of Nicarima. The backfield filling in for Edwards with the concussion injury.
So both teams have both their hookers on the field. Croker now with Jennings, and Jennings met by Issa Masters. May got the pass away to Pangai. Pangai, you can see, looking for the offload, but Nathaniel Roach wraps up the arm. Smith finishes off the tackle. Watson to Croker. Croker to Abbey. Abbey timed it well. Smith. Remus Smith.
And it's been a play that both sides have gone to the air, isn't it? Trying to take away the time, no doubt, from both the fullbacks. You often see that in the NRL, but also in the NYC as they give away a penalty here from a high shot. Connor Watson it is, which will give them an opportunity. There's under 10 minutes to go now. They need to score 3 tries. Something's got to happen pretty quick, but they've gone to the air on a number of occasions. And that time, Brad Abbey really taking the ball well, as we can just see. A high shot across the top there. Not too much in it.
Masters. Pretty much their last roll of the dice here. This next sequence for the junior Kiwis. Smith to the hard-running Farmalsili. Brandon Smith, he looks up. There's 28 metres still in front of him. Left-hand side, Hingano. Of course, he's the go-to man. Epere. Going Epere, 15 out there. 9 minutes to go, 14 the deficit. Smith to the right-hand side. Roach, the pass went back. Cleaned up by Isacco, who was denied a try moments ago. Smith, he looked up, but there was no one there ready for it. But he's got this ability to duck under and keep going. Now they swing it across to Greg Lilisi. Wow. Greg Lilisi, wow. So close. Well, fortunately for him, he doesn't ground it. Otherwise, there's a penalty against him. They go left-hand side, Hingano. They try to corral him here, the Kangaroos. Hingano puts a kick through for Masters, but Brian Kelly read it well. Now the foot race. Kelly, oh, here comes Nicarima from nowhere. He links up with Watson. So dummy half to dummy half. Finished off by Pavali'i.
Wow, that's how you turn defence into attack, and now they swing it to the right-hand side. Fuimano,
they had the numbers, but he's taken down. About 2 metres in from the touchline. Scott from dummy half. He goes himself, does Curtis. Talakai couldn't make the tackle, but Herbert could. Cleary, Cohen Hess. Cohen Hess got away from a couple, didn't he?
So similar to his brothers, isn't it? The footwork, the speed, the strength, the try-scoring ability. He just needs some early ball. His players on the inside got that. But put that down, a really smart play down the other end of the field by Kelly. Had a huge amount of work to do there with that clean-up play. He does that, gets into some good field position. Great work.
And then the support play came after that. It was Jaden Nicarima combining with Connor Watson. And now we can see clearly that the game is gone. 32-14, about to be 34-14. Cleary moves in, straight between the sticks. Andy Raymond, 2 good on the day. Australia 34, lead the junior Kiwis 14.
It's amazing the coaches really do know what they're talking about, isn't it? We said at the start of the game, both coaches wanted a simplistic, uncomplicated, almost boring style of footy until they said otherwise. speaking to Justin Holbrook before the game, exactly what he told the players. Let's go with them set for 60 minutes. In the end, that's when we'll dominate. And that's exactly what's been the case. Yes, Australia has been the better football side, not by a great margin, but it's just been this last 15, 20 minutes where they've separated themselves.
Yeah, 4 tries in that time. And you spoke to Coach Justin Holbrook, and congratulations to he, Jason Riles, his assistant coach, and the rest of the staff. It's been a big win. But you mentioned to him at half-time, you said, are you feeling confident or nervous? The reply was both. Well, you can drop one of those words, can't you?
Absolutely, they've done an exceptional job, and they've looked a better football side when they have played that calmer, more structured game. But, you know, they're young men, young athletes, and it's hard to put a cap on the enthusiasm, isn't it?
Nice little play, came from Sewer, back inside to Croker. Croker to Abbey, but great defence in the end. It arrived through Nathaniel Roach, but they're under the pump here, surely. Cleary, mesmerising things. Play on, said the referee. Pangai going for the try line, and the captain puts it to bed well and truly.
Tackle 6. I have a try. Just on the offload back here, can you check there's no knock on, please?
Yeah, well, I've got some question marks on this offload back on the inside too, but Tavita Pangai Jr., that close to the line, he is so hard to stop. It was a great little inside ball there to Croker, who raced away. Some try-saving tackle there from Roach. Back on the inside, though, it definitely comes off the hand. Has he got control of the ball? I know it's come off Abbey there into Pangai's hands.
The fact it comes off Sewer into Abbey, there's a knock-on right there. So
I think so too. From first glance, he doesn't have control of the ball here, Sewer, just on the inside, even though it goes into his hands there, Brad Abbey. I think this should be a knock-on.
So Sewer, you will see here, the number 12 will cough up possession, and I fancy, and you agree, Alan Tongue, that Abbey gets a hand to it, which makes this an error. Let's see if Jared Maxwell agrees. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's right. Although they're looking at a bit of the grounding here now. But yeah, I just don't think he's got control of the football. Here we go.
Jared Maxwell, what say you? No try. No try. The captain, Tavita Pangai Jr. denied.
Not double knock on. First one, Australia. It's on the last tackle. It's going to be a handover. How far is it?
So you just wonder about the future. So if you take a look at many of these young men, 2012 Alan Tongue, every single player went on to first grade.
What a great strike rate that is, and it just shows the amount of talent we have on display here on your screens, that these guys are going to be names that we are going to be calling out for a number of years to come.
You know what? People can bloom late. You often see the Australian schoolboys side. It varies greatly when it comes to junior Kangaroos, only a year or two apart. But players hit their straps later in their careers, and these are the men you see today. And I get the sense this fellow with the ball here, Sifa Talakai, I think we're going to see him wear the cardinal red and the myrtle green of South Sydney at some stage this year. Remus Smith from dummy half.
12, move now! Yeah.
Scanning from dummy half. This fellow's been good as well, Brandon Smith. And he plays a little bit like his counterpart in first grade in Jake Granville. This has got a little bit messy now. Bit of tunnel ball action from the New Zealand side. Roach tries to clean it up. You see that little burrowing sort of type play from Brandon Smith, don't you?
Yeah, he seems to be a little bit stockier, I suppose, than Brandon Smith. But yeah, right, he's been so hard to handle coming out of dummy half. They can't put him down. His offloading ability, he has been fantastic.
Masters 12 away. Looking for a consolation try here. The young Kiwis, they've been gallant. Atahangano's been brilliant. Talakai heading for the try line. And there he is, Sifa Talakai. He's been working hard. And I was surprised to see him start on the bench. He's a powerhouse, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is so strong and playing in the edge back row there. Although he was named in centre there, you can just see so much strength Great work by Hingano there. Takes the ball too big, too strong, that close to the line. Well deserved. He's been so strong defensively as well. I've been really, really impressed with him.
So Sifa Talakai, and they make no mistake, that was Jermaine Isako, but Alan Tung, it's been plenty of performers here today, but who's your man of the match?
Yeah, I think Jaden Sewer's been the man that's really stood out for me. I think he's been fantastic. He's been so strong with the ball in hand there. He's got away some nice offloads. Defensively, he's been spot on as well. He's had a number of contenders in that position. I think Cleary's been great. Edwards at the back's been fantastic. This man has really stood out. Great edge back rower there, Jaden Sewer. Well-deserved man of the match.
And they're starting to file in a couple of big Pacific tests coming up. 14 is the difference. Inside the final two, Justin Holbrook and his men get the victory. And Remus Smith gets a rude bounce. Did he touch the dead ball line? Well, you saw the blue shirt in the back. That was Nathan Kalis, a proud Kiwi. He almost gave it away, Nathan, didn't he? Oh, no. He's hit the line.
I tell you, it was a really good kickoff there. Tyrone made just a foot there. Goes just ever so close on the line. You can see Kalis in the background there. No, that's okay. Just let it go, please. Damn it. They got it. They saw it. You just see that right boot coming through, touches the line. But Tyrone made a really swirling kick there off the kickoff. Really hard to take, as you can see.
So the Kangaroos trying to double the score of the junior Kiwis, 34-20. 1 minute remains to Vita Pangai Jr. His third year in the junior Kangaroos. Do we see him in a Broncos jumper under Wayne Bennett later in the year? They slide across. Nikarima got the pass from Watson. Finds himself in a wrestle with Herbert. Short side they go. Back to the open over the top pass. Krugger puts a little kick through, but no one's chasing. Hits the padding on the post, and Masters for New Zealand claims possession. 25 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Connor Watson there just trying to find some space on his own there, but none of his outside men. They were all thinking they wanted the football, swinging the football wide. Missed opportunity there, but been too good, haven't they, the junior Roos?
So that's Toffee Lau. This will be the last play of the game. Clever work, they get it away. So there's some points here. They scoop down the short side. Abbey flicks the pass back in. It can't be contained by Remus Smith. And the first of 3 test matches here at Pertec goes to the junior Kangaroos. The junior Kangaroos 34 defeat the junior Kiwis 20.